Good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome back to geography class. In this class, we will discuss about urbanization, the chapter 4. In the learning objectives which is given in the textbook, we will have to focus on the meaning of urbanization, then identifying the causes of urbanization, describing the positive and negative impact of urbanization, and as well as discussing the concept of satellite towns and smart cities. Definition, that is meaning or definition of urbanization. What are the causes for the urbanization and what are the positive and negative impacts of urbanization, as well as the concept of satellite towns and smart cities. My dear students, as I have mentioned many times, the bullet forms which I have provided in the form of bullet forms on the screen in front of you, you can make as notes. It will be helpful for you to write the classwork. Okay, in the same way you can complete your classwork and you can submit wherever it is given meanings or definitions, as well as long answer questions, short answer questions. You can make out in the same way the classwork which is provided, just like bullets on the screen. You can frame the questions, okay, for that purpose. But while explaining, you know that everything I will explain. This screen will help you to write the classwork. Okay. Now we will move on to the concept, the meaning and the causes of urbanization. Meaning, very simple meaning of this urbanization. It refers to the process of increase in urban population and urban areas in a country. Increase in urban population and urban areas in a country. Okay. Urbanization creates social, economic, cultural and environmental changes. As you all know that in the previous class which we have discussed, that moving from one place to another place in search of some better jobs and all, which is known as migration. Many types of migration we have discussed. So it may have effect on economic, social, cultural, environmental changes as well as impact also, right? It may lead to overpopulation in the moving country wherever it moved, and it may lead to underpopulation where it is from where it is moving. In this way, it has, as a result of this overpopulation, underpopulation, again economic changes, cultural changes, many impact on the society also you have discussed, right? So here these moving of or increasing of urban population and urban areas in a country leads to many changes. Changes in settlement patterns are inevitable with the growth of economy and size of the population. The rate of urbanization today is more rapid in the developing countries of the eastern part of the world. Especially we can see this increase in urban population or urban areas in eastern part of the world, that is developing countries. Of course our India also one of the developing country, it belongs to developing country. So here we can see more increase in urbanization. As per a report by the Department of Economic and Social Affairs of the United Nations Secretariat, it is predicted that by 2050 about 60% of the world's population will be living in urban areas. India, China and Nigeria will together account for 37% of the total growth of the world's urban population between the years 2014 and 2050. Of course, just it is for your kind information only. In this concept only you will have to know the meaning of urbanization, as well as one of the country name if it is asked rapidly which is increasing the urban population, means India, China, Nigeria. These names you can write. Now we will move on to the causes of urbanization. What are the main causes for the urbanization? Here, industrialization was the first major cause of urban growth. Industrialization. So, which the rise of establishing industries? Of course, industrial revolution also we have studied in history. Do you remember the main cause which started in Europe, the industrial revolution? Product of man-made, the transformation of man-made goods to machine-made goods. This is known as industrial revolution. Okay, this industrialization was the first major cause of the urban growth. With the rise of industries and subsequent industrial employment, industries rose. As a result, there was a lot of large employment also in the industries. People migrated from the rural areas and started living closer to their workplaces to reduce the cost of commuting. This resulted in the growth of better roads, other means of transport and communication, infrastructure, health and educational facilities also. So here you can write the first and foremost important cause for the urbanization, increase in urban population, is industrialization, which allowed the growth of industries as well as industrial employment also, made them to move from rural to urban areas. Next, second cause, social factors such as improved living conditions, better educational and health facilities, and rise in social status induce people to move to cities. As we all know that this concept, social factors, we can observe in our daily life also. Many people would like to move to the cities and towns for these causes, that is better living conditions, better educational and health facilities. These and all comparatively rural areas we can find more in urban areas. So for these purposes also people will move. Not only employed in industries, maybe people move for these causes like improved living conditions and educational and health facilities. These social factors especially we can see in our surroundings, people why they are moving related to social factors. Next, third one, agricultural occupations provide lower incomes. As we all know that in rural areas, what is the main occupation? Maximum, most of the people depend on agriculture. These agriculture also, during the season times, they may have more work and they may provide some livelihood, this agriculture. But other times, they may not have work. They, like people become jobless, and as well as they provide very lower incomes. When everyday sustenance becomes a problem, sustaining the life becomes a problem, gradually people leave the rural areas and move out to the cities in search of better jobs and better higher incomes to sustain their families. In India, the introduction of mechanized farming during the Green Revolution led to increased unemployment in the rural areas. Of course, even in agricultural field also, introduction of machines. This led to the unemployment of the, as we all know that with the machine we can produce more and goods within a short period of time. Even the introduction of machines in agricultural field also made many people, those who are living in rural areas, unemployed, made us unemployed. It led to the moving of, since they became as unemployed, they moved to the rural areas, towns and cities. The people who lost their means of livelihood migrated to urban areas in search of jobs. So, what is the main cause here? Since it provides very less income, agriculture in rural areas provides very lower incomes, as well as to sustain their life, they are moving to the urban areas in search of better jobs. Fourth cause is the cycle of urbanization and modernization allows people to access a sophisticated lifestyle. Sophisticated means here a kind of well experienced and a standard lifestyle. A standard lifestyle which includes urban housing with comfortable facilities, better transport and improved means of communication. These benefits further lure people living in relatively lesser developed areas to centers of urban living. For example, Mumbai and Delhi continue to attract people from rural areas with promises of better standards of living. Next, so you can write only the cycle of urbanization and modernization allows people to access a sophisticated lifestyle which includes urban housing with comfortable facilities, better transport and improved means of communication. Just compare with rural areas. Comparatively in rurals, people may not have such kind of facilitated houses and transport and communication facilities as well as housing facilities. Comparatively, rural in urban areas they are better. They give better standard of life living also, so that people are moving to the urban areas. Next, the spread of education and globalization has made people aware of the world around them. The development of technology such as internet has given people access to what is happening across the world. Today, a cell phone is essential for everyone from a farmer to a transporter. Thus, villages situated close to cities undergo transformation and become urbanized. For example, Pune, Bhopal and Hyderabad. These are the main causes, my dear, which leads to the urbanization. Any four causes you can learn. Meaning and causes. Next, positive and negative impact of urbanization. This by knowing the concept, what are the causes for the urbanization, what is the definition, even you can estimate easily with your own knowledge what are the positive impacts and negative impacts of urbanization. The positive impact of urbanization: increase in improved housing facilities, growth of educational and health facilities. The impact of urbanization is growth of service sectors which fetch higher incomes, then increase in the variety of job prospects, availability of labor force, increase in standard of living, and next impact is improved transport and communication facilities. Very simple, easily you can learn the positive as well as even negative impacts of urbanization, also very easy to learn. The negative impact of urbanization, very important negative impact is large concentration of population in urban leads to, it results in the growth in number of squatters. Squatters is nothing but those who live in a place without permission or without paying to the owner. The place where the people live without permission or without paying to the owner, that areas are known as slums. So the large concentration of these urban people increase the urban population in the large areas in cities can lead to the slum areas. The best example is Dharavi in Mumbai is the largest slum of Asia. The first and foremost negative impact, it will lead to squatters and as well as slum areas. Next, as a result, automatically what will happen here, there is a rise in the value of land. People will likely to move to the urban areas and they want to settle down. So it leads to the rise in the value of the land. Next, the increase of population and increase of land prices, these two together will lead to the cost of living also rises in the urban areas. Obviously, cost of living also will rise. With the overpopulation and dearth of land for housing, the cost of living rises. This is a third impact. This can be seen across Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru, then Shanghai and so on. We can go the best example Bengaluru, how nowadays day by day the cost of living is increasing due to overpopulation and as well as increase of land prices. Next, with increase in population, the crime rate also increases. Like cases of theft, cheating and other such incidents rise. If the situation is unchecked and mismanaged, there is a deterioration in civil laws. Next one, fifth impact, overcrowded cities suffer from traffic congestion and air, water and land pollution. Only this sentence you can write. It leads to traffic congestion and as well as it will lead to the air pollution, water pollution and land pollution also. Next one, urban life is very stressful. Everyone in the city wishes to avail the opportunities offered by city life. This leads to an extremely busy work life which leaves no time for leisure or recreational activities and taking care of own health. So it leads to the stress. It will lead to the stress. So any 4 points you can make as negative impact. Only the last point you can write, urban life is very stressful. These are the negative impacts of urbanization. Next concept, satellite cities and smart cities. Of course, as a result of this urbanization, these satellite cities and smart cities have come up. What is this? As we have discussed, as many negative impacts are there due to urbanization, like overpopulation and increase in land prices, as well as with these two, increase in the crime rate and standard of cost of living, more cost of living and stressful life. And because due to these reasons, but people have sophisticated for the urban life, right? So since there are many positive impacts also are there, positive results, better job opportunities, good health and educational facilities, like that, there are positive impacts also are there. In the same way, negative impacts. To solve these problems, these two types of cities have come up, that is satellite cities and smart cities. Okay, what are satellite cities? My dear students, as I have provided in front of you on the screen about each concept, that is satellite city and smart city, the definition and one or two its uses, as well as what is the main cause to come up this new concept. If you learn, that is more than enough. Besides that, just you learn what are the smart cities and satellite cities in India. Okay. Now, as I have told, to solve the problem of these negative impacts, at the same time to enjoy the positive impacts of urbanization, these two types of cities have come up. Satellite cities provide the physical sources, like in the form of raw materials or other facilities, other resources, as well as labor force. They provide satellite cities provided by the satellite cities. And smart cities provide help the urban areas to solve the technical problems. Have you got it? Only this is the main difference. Satellite cities help the main cities in providing them resources, besides labor force, everything. Raw material resources means here raw material, maybe other resources, and even humans providing the labor, everything. These satellite cities have come up to provide. And smart cities to reduce the burden of urban areas by providing technical support. Now I will explain you. Okay, satellite cities have come up to supply resources to fulfill the needs of the main city. So since it is very difficult in the main city to get all the raw materials or resources or labor, everything, it's not possible to have surrounding parts of the main industry in the city. So to help them, these surrounding parts of the outer part of outskirts of this main city, satellite cities have come up. Of course, they also act as areas of relatively reasonably priced residential accommodation for the labor force working in the main city. So here people live, the labor also can live in this satellite cities, since they cannot compete with the prices of land as well as overpopulation, the pollution. Since labor, they live in the satellite city and they move to the main city to working purpose. Such satellite cities have come up around Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Pune and Bengaluru in India. The rise in population due to movement of people to larger cities has led to the growth of satellite towns and cities. Already I have told that, right? Besides decongestion, satellite cities provide job opportunities, better housing and less polluted environment to live in. But these satellite cities are different from the suburbs. Last chapter, suburban, urban and suburban, urban to suburban, suburban to urban migration, a kind of migration we studied. Of course, suburbans also smaller towns or cities which live surrounding parts of the main city. But they are different from satellite cities. Satellite cities are the part which comes under the main municipality of the main city. But suburbans, they have their own municipality. For example, if you take Sarjapur near to the Bengaluru, it is a suburban. But Yelahanka or Whitefield, they comes under satellite cities. Okay, because they are the part of the main city, but Sarjapur has its own municipality. So they are suburbans, surrounding parts of urban areas. Satellite means a main part of the main city, but they are less polluted. There are less prices of land, and job opportunities will be there. At the same time, they are easy to move to the main city. Next, the concept of smart city. As I have told that these smart cities provide the technical support for the main city to reduce the problems. Smart cities are a new concept in urban development. These cities have facilities that use urban informatics and technology to improve the efficiency of services for an improved quality of life. Information communication technology and internet of things are used to manage a city's functions such as water supply, waste management, power supply, and medical and educational facilities. A smart city would have direct contact with the government, and therefore would not have to wait for a solution uh, to its problems. As I have told, the smart cities are which provide the technical support to lessen the burden of the main city, right? So due to population explosion, global warming, climate changes, and global economic changes, people are facing multiple problems in the urban metropolis. Because of these reasons, the people, those who are living in urban areas, they are facing many problems like as water pollution, waste management, transport, air pollution, space for car parking, and growth of especially illegal squatter settlements. These type of problems they are facing. To solve these problems, these smart cities have come up, and smart cities aim to address all these issues faced by the urban areas. Amsterdam, Barcelona, and Stockholm and New York are some of the examples of smart cities across the world. And besides that, just you learn that first 20 cities of the smart cities in India have been called as lighthouse cities. They are called as, there are around in India 90 smart cities are there. In these first 20 are called as lighthouse cities. These cities include Jaipur, Bhubaneswar, Kochi, Surat, Guwahati, and so on. The Indian smart cities will facilitate the economic growth of our country. Thus, India is certainly heading towards rapid urbanization along with the other parts of the world.